Hey guys, Kris here. In this video, I want to talk about the new Volvo XC90, the third generation, which replaces the second generation car, which is the current car on the SPA2 platform. Where the heck is the new Volvo XC90? Because by all calculations, it should have been here by now. It should have been revealed. It should have been announced. We should have seen the new Volvo XC90, but we haven't seen as much as a test wheel or any, well, spy photographs, which is really, really weird. If we rewind the clock almost 7 years to the summer of 2015, that is when the second generation Volvo XC90, the current car, was, well, available to the public. I actually test drove the current generation Volvo XC90 in the summer of 2015, which is almost 7 years ago. I ordered my car in the fall of 2015, and then I took delivery of it in February of 2016. That is more than 6 years ago, guys. And Volvo have been teasing and talking about the next generation Volvo XC90 for years now. But where is it? And actually, it was revealed, the last generation, in the fall of 2014, guys. Almost 8 years ago at the Frankfurt Auto Show, the International Auto Show, in the fall, like September of 2014. That is ages ago. So I'm hoping that the next generation Volvo XC90 is just right around the corner. Maybe they'll show us the car in the fall at the, well, International Auto Show in Frankfurt. Well, last year was in Munich, but every year it's been in Frankfurt. So hopefully they will show us that car. So before we talk a little bit more about the car in detail, hit that like button down below, guys, and also drop a comment if you're waiting for the new Volvo XC90, because I'm waiting for the car. So there are a few, well, confusions about the new generation XC90, or things that are unclear, because Volvo showed the recharge concept, which seems to be called the Volvo Embla. Is this going to be the next generation Volvo XC90, or will this be the next generation electric large Volvo SUV? Will there be a separate XC90 which is electric, and will there even be an electric XC90 or a new XC90, or will it just be the Embla? These are all questions we all have. And to be honest, guys, if you asked me 2 years ago, I would be just really like, yeah, it's going to be a new XC90, it's going to be an electric platform, and it's going to be big and large. But I'm a little bit doubtful now, because maybe they're only going to reveal a release and drop the Volvo Embla, which looks to be a little bit smaller than the current generation Volvo XC90. And that is a pity, because the current generation Volvo XC90 has been one of the best selling vehicles of Volvo since its inception, and still 7 years on, it's still a great seller. Here in Norway, it's a very popular car. I know it's popular in Sweden and also across the pond in North America. It is a popular car a lot of places, and even though it's 7 years old, it still looks modern and sleek, and it's one of the best age designs of, well, new Volvos in current history. I think it's aged gracefully. It's a really nice looking car, and that's the reason why I'm waiting for that car also, because I've been test driving quite a few large electric SUVs lately. I've driven the Hongqi EHS9, which is a large electric SUV. I've driven the BYD Tang, which is a little bit smaller than the current generation Volvo XC90. And then I recently drove last week the Neo ES8, which is a little bit bigger than the Volvo XC90. And though those are nice electric cars and impressive cars at that, I don't think any of them are particularly good looking. If I was going to choose one of them based on looks, it would be the BYD Tang. But again, it's a little bit boring and a little bit bland. And then we have the interiors, which is also a little bit of a mixed bag. The BYD Tang's interior is the weakest of them all. The Hongqi has an amazing interior, but again, that thing doesn't look nice on the outside. It's a little bit, it looks like a long and big station wagon. It doesn't get that really nice SUV proportions. And then you have the Neo ES8, which really nicely built. Some of the switchgear is a little bit cheap, but generally really nicely built. But I think that is the ugliest of those three SUVs on the outside. So my question is, we have three large electric SUVs from China currently on the market. Where is the electric Volvo XC90? Because this thing would sell like hotcakes. This would be a bestseller in electric form. So I'm hoping that when they've revealed the next generation Volvo XC90 or the Embla or whatever it's called, they will reveal the electric version first. Maybe there'll only be electric version. That's a really good question, but I'm hoping they're going to make it full size, because if it's going to be the Embla or the recharge concept, It looks to be a little bit smaller, a little bit lower than the XC90, and I'm hoping they won't do that because after I did the motorway range test with the ES9 from Neo, I was impressed. That car got over 300 kilometers of motorway range, proper motorway range in winter. And that is impressive. It has a 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. And from what I've read and some sources, the next generation Volvo XC90 electric will be had with somewhere between 100 and 120 kilowatt hour battery pack. So I don't think they have to go to a smaller and more aerodynamic shape because I think there's still a large market for people who don't care about outright range. I mean, 400-500 kilometers is enough. You don't need 600 or 700 kilometers, but you need a large luxury SUV that is spacious with, you know, that Volvo badge and that Volvo history, that Volvo safety, and you know what Volvo brings to the table. And Volvo is a very popular luxury brand because it's not as flamboyant or as flashy as some of the Germans like Mercedes, BMW, and Audi. It's a little bit more subtle. It has maybe a little bit more class in some circles, and it, you know, just strikes a really nice balance, especially the newer cars with their great design and their interior. And a lot of people are looking for that. That's what drew me to my first Volvo XC90. I had two of them, guys. I first had a D4 diesel in 2016, and then in 2018 I had a T8 hybrid. And I was test driving at the time the Mercedes GLE or ML, what it was called. It got a facelift around that. And then I drove the also Audi Q7 and also the BMW X5. I chose the Volvo because of its striking exterior and interior design. To be honest, it wasn't as nice to drive as the Germans, but that didn't matter because the exterior styling and the interior styling, the way the car made you feel was just so much nicer, and it was just so much warmer than those Germans. So I know for a fact that a lot of people are waiting for a large Volvo electric SUV. So Volvo, where is that car? I made quite a few videos on the, well, upcoming generation Volvo XC90. So if you want more deep information, more detailed information, go check those videos out. I'll link them in the description. So this was kind of a rant, but I've been wanting to make this video ever since I drove that Neo ES8 because I was like, okay, they're going to make it smaller and a little bit more aerodynamic. And then I drove that ES8 and I was like, this gets more than 300 kilometers of range on the motorway. It being a large, it's bigger than the XC90. It's just a brick. So yeah, Volvo can make the next generation XC90 even bigger and electric. So let me know in the comment section down below, what large electric SUV are you excited for? Are you waiting for the XC90? I've said it so many times, once it comes, I'm going to order it. I don't care what car I have, I'm going to have the next generation Volvo XC90. I've really been waiting to get into a Volvo again, but well, they don't have a car that appeals to me at the moment. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.